What if the single English word rested in Genesis chapter 2 has been quietly reshaping how 2 billion Christians understand God, and you've never been told the truth? What if that word never meant tired at all? Because the God who spoke galaxies into existence does not get tired. But the secret hidden inside one Hebrew verb will change everything you thought you knew about creation and about your own exhausted life. What if the rest you've been chasing was never the rest God offered? Scholars who have devoted their lives to the original Hebrew manuscripts, men and women who read Genesis in the language God chose, all agree. The English word rested is carrying a weight it was never meant to carry. Isaiah 40:28 declares it plainly. The Lord is the everlasting God. He does not faint or grow weary. Yet Genesis 2:2 says God rested. Could this single translation choice already be quietly shaping the way you see God every single week? Some skeptics immediately push back. The Bible clearly says rested. Doesn't that prove God needed a break like any tired worker? No, the Hebrew text never once uses the language of exhaustion. 3 short verses, 4 explosive Hebrew words. And by the time this journey ends, the way you read Genesis 2, and perhaps the way you live your own week, will never be the same. But what exactly did God stop? And why did he stop it? This pattern repeats across history like a hidden heartbeat. In 1611, the King James translators, steeped in English culture where rest always meant recovery from exhaustion, chose their words. Centuries later, we inherited their picture, a tired creator collapsing on the 7th day. But the ancient Hebrew mind never saw it that way. Have you noticed this same pattern at work or in church? The pressure to keep producing, the guilt when you finally stop? Critics say, but every culture has a day off. It's just practical. True, yet only one culture received a day that was declared holy before any temple, any mountain, any person. What if the pattern you see in your own exhausted life is the same pattern God embedded at the very dawn of time? Modern parallels flood in: burnout culture, 24/7 hustle, even Christians measuring their worth by output. Yet the Hebrew pattern whispers the opposite: completion, not collapse. The work was never about God needing recovery. It was always about something far more profound. The first word, the most important word, is Shabbat. Say it slowly, Shabbat. Shabbat does not mean rest because you're tired. Shabbat means to cease, to stop, to come to a deliberate, majestic halt. There is zero depletion in this word. Think of the difference: a marathon runner collapsing at the finish line versus an architect stepping back from a finished cathedral and quietly folding the blueprints. Shabbat is always the second picture. This same Shabbat is the root of the word Shabbat, the Sabbath you've heard about your whole life. Not a recovery day, a sovereign cessation day. And when God performed Shabbat, he was declaring the universe finished. But what exactly was he finishing? The second word, melacha. Not random labor, purposeful, skilled, intentional craftsmanship. Every mountain, every ocean, every strand of DNA, the product of sovereign melacha. But wasn't creation just God waving a magic wand? No. The text shows deliberate design with plan, purpose, outcome. Could this hidden pattern already be affecting the way you view your own daily work? And on the 7th day, he ceased the melacha. But how do we know the project was truly finished? The third word, kala, to bring something to its full, triumphant conclusion. Not paused, completed, utterly. God saw everything he had made and declared Tov Meod, very good. The plan was exhausted, not the energy of the worker. 3 layers, one portrait of a God who stands back from a finished universe and sovereignly stops. Nothing more needed to be added. Creation was perfect. The fourth word, kadash, to set apart, to consecrate. Before Genesis 2:3, God had never kadashed anything, not light, not land, not even the man and woman. The very first thing he ever made holy was a moment in time. Data theft today is like a thief silently duplicating your home key. But God did the opposite. He duplicated holiness into time itself. Could this hidden force already be affecting your community, your family, your calendar? Hear the wind through empty streets. That silence might be hiding the same warning God embedded on day 7. What if the exhaustion you feel every Sunday is not because you need more sleep, but because you've never truly entered the Shabbat God blessed? What if the rest culture keeps selling you is the wrong rest? The countdown is already running. Every week you live inside the still open 7th day. The work of creation is kala, finished. But the invitation to enter that same rest is still open. You do not have to strive to earn what God has already completed. Wonder and relief flood in together. This week, notice the pattern in your news, your to-do list, your own exhaustion. Observe when you finally stop. Is it collapse or deliberate Shabbat? Comment the moment you catch yourself living inside day 7. Now, the clue that connects everything. On a hill outside Jerusalem, the same voice that spoke, "Let there be light," cried out one word in Greek, tetelestai. Strong and authoritative. It is finished. An accounting term stamped on debt papers. Paid in full. Skeptics say the cross was defeat. No, it was kala, the same word, the same completion. The first creation ended with Shabbat. The new creation ended with tetelestai. Both declarations of sovereign completion. Fear of a tired God dissolves. Hope rises because the work is truly finished. Wonder settles in because you are invited to live inside that same holy cessation. Balance restored. The God who never grows weary offers you the rest you've been chasing in all the wrong places. Tomorrow morning, when the alarm goes off, what would you do if you truly believed the malacha of your redemption is already kala? Would you stop striving? Would you enter Shabbat? The pattern is repeating right now in your ordinary Tuesday. The God who does not grow weary has spoken over your life the most liberating word in all creation, kala. It is finished. Enter the rest. If this opens something in you, comment Shabbat below. Subscribe. Next, we uncover the Hebrew name Adam and the ground itself. Share this with one person still striving. Until next time, may you know the God who completes what he begins and who invites you to stop with him.